Jenkins! What's up, everybody? We are here for... We actually have a name for it now.
Do we?
Reader's Realm, man. I told you.
Oh, yeah, you did say that.
Reader's Realm.
Stupid fucking...
I'm sorry, right now?
I'm just kidding. It's fine. It's fine now.
Are you sure you just on a comic podcast? Boring.
Boring
But yeah.
person.
Yellowface Reader's Realm. It has a name now.
Okay.
And where we will talk about comics and stuff that we read from the last week or so.
What have you been reading this week?
What have I been reading this week? Well, a lot of Spider-Man titles. Well, 2 Spider-Man titles. And a bunch of other stuff. Superior and Ultimate Spider-Man.
Oh, Ultimate.
So I'll start with Ultimate Spider-Man because that is my favorite series at the moment. They had Ultimate Spider-Man 200. It's basically where they were counting for. Could you please? So I read Ultimate Spider-Man and Ultimate Spider-Man 200. They kept it count. Even though they had the all new Spider-Man, they kept counting with like the old numbers.
It just kind of feels like cheating, but whatever.
It's whatever.
Yeah.
It's like it's their 200th issue of Ultimate Spider-Man, and it's basically the 2-year anniversary of Peter's death. And
Really?
yeah,
Jesus. It's been a long time.
So May invites round Liz Allen, who is Firebird, Johnny, Storm, Bobby Drake, Kitty Pryde comes around. She invited Tony Stark, but Tony Stark just sends like a butt ton of food because he couldn't come in person, obviously.
Is he still an alcoholic in that universe? But
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he still likes the alcohols. MJ, Gwen.
Ultimate Tony Stark is always drunk.
Who else? Genki and Miles, Bombshell, which is a new hero in this universe, and Spider-Woman all get invited round.
Wait, who's Spider-Woman again in that universe?
Jessica Drew, she's just a clone of Spider-Man.
Yeah, I remember now.
She gets invited round, and they're talking and just hanging out.
Chilling out, relaxing,
Yeah,
cool.
she has some people outside of school.
That's all.
Just like trying to honor his memory. And the first few couple of issues, they get off a bus. Genki and Miles get off a bus, and like, dude, what's with the present? You'll see. Oh, it's not Legos. It's fine because he likes Legos, right? He's like, I hope it's not Lego. It's fine, dude. Please don't let it be Lego. It's for Gwen. Dude, you giving a chick Legos? Chicks don't like Legos. It's fine. It's for her. And like this whole dialogue between them two, like, please don't do it. It's already done. Please don't. It's already done. So they end up going into the house, and Genki gives the present to Gwen. And he's like, I was kind of on your Facebook, and I saw that you both like this thing, so I made this for you. And like, didn't show what it was, but like, she's like, you made this, yeah, for me. I mean, like, I saw you liked it. She kisses him, like out of nowhere, on the lips, straight up, kisses Genki
On the anniversary of her boyfriend's death.
Ex-boyfriend. Everyone was just like,
No.
Okay.
No. On the anniversary of her boyfriend, 2-year anniversary of her boyfriend's death. Kisses a small fat Asian boy.
Okay. He's about 16. It's fine.
Whatever.
I'm like, what? Oh, I was kind of stunned, but I was like, this. Okay.
Is Genki gonna be super pissed when Green Goblin throws her off the Brooklyn Bridge?
Maybe, yeah, sure. I don't see why not. And it was just like those people.
Is Goblin still alive?
Apparently, I thought he died on the bridge with Spidey, because that was the whole thing.
Okay.
But like, yeah, it was this whole thing they're memorizing. Then then Tony sends like Pepper with like a whole catering staff with like butt tons of food. It's like couldn't come in person, so he sent this food, and it was like
he's busy pretending to go to Alcoholics Anonymous. So you can go.
They have food, like loads of food, and then they start talking. Oh, what do you think Peter would be like if he grew up and whatever? And May has her ideas, like he said, like she knew he was Spider-Man, she didn't like the fact he was Spider-Man, maybe he'd draw his love of science and being Spider-Man to the public, so he'd give like police a new way of fighting crime, and you could see like people in different spider costumes, him having this really cool futuristic Iron Spider looking thing, and whilst all the cops and stuff like in like Spider-Man-esque uniforms, similar to like
Spider Island kind of.
No, I felt that they were drawing on a lot of like other arcs that have happened. So like that was more like House of M, where in the House of M world he was not a mutant, but he had like a company where he developed web shooters.
Didn't he pretend he was a mutant?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He developed web shooters and all this kind of stuff. And then another one, which was it Gwen? Is either Gwen or Mary Jane? No, Gwen's one was like maybe. Gwen's one was like maybe he would be like super. Gwen's one, I can't remember what her one was, but I remember Kitty's one was like, so Kitty, what do you think he would be like now? Because they had a thing. She's like, I don't think about it much, but there's like a big 2-page spread of her and him together, like superheroing together as a couple, getting married. I was like, okay, okay, I see. And then he says, "Oh, so Miles, what do you think?" And he was like, "Well, I never actually knew the dude, but I knew the dude. I knew 6 Peter Parker because Spider-Man." Yeah. And it's like maybe if he was like out in like that guy, maybe we could have been like partners and stuff. It was a really cool thing. Like, what would you think he would be like now? But then at the end, there's this guy, a shadowed figure outside the Parker household, and it says, "To be continued in Miles Morales Ultimate Spider-Man #1."
Oh, okay. So it's like rebooting.
So yeah. Oh, and J. Jonah was like, he was pulled up outside Parker's household. He was like, "Are you going in, sir?" "No, just drive." He was like really sad and everything. I was like, Jonah Jameson.
There's a whole thing. Pretty sure. I know we keep talking about Civil War, but there was a whole thing after Civil War when Spider-Man revealed his identity, where he has a conversation with J. Jonah, and he's like, "Betrayed my trust. I never thought you would be Spider-Man." And they have a boxing match apparently. I've never seen the issue.
I don't think they have a boxing match, but I know there's something like that where they talk. I don't think they actually had a face to face, but when he revealed it, Jameson was I can't remember, he was like really annoyed and Superman like, how could he do this? How could he be Spider-Man? And then he like immediately just had regret for all the times he just slandered him. It was kind of sweet, kind of sad, but yeah. But yeah, also Spider-Man is picking up in about a month. Yeah! Love that series. Carry on.
I'm trying to think what the most interesting thing I read this week was. Probably Ghost Rider. All new Ghost Rider. That was a really short issue, but love the art style. Yeah. The way they do like light is really cool, especially off like headlights and rear view brake lights kind of thing. It's that whole, like in Need for Speed games where you do knobs and it's sort of like the red light sort of.
Oh, like the strobe lines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I really like that. It was kind of awkward though, because like, I don't know. It was obvious that they were trying. It was people trying to write a mentally disabled character when don't think they really knew how. So it didn't come off as offensive, but it came off as
awkward.
Really just.
So what's the new Ghost Rider like then?
They really didn't reveal a lot. His name's Robbie Reyes.
They really like the Hispanic characters this time around.
I don't know, he looks cool. The art reminds me a lot of FBP.
Yeah.
The noses, especially so, in the sort of cartoony way they do Jaws. And his name's Robbie Reyes. He's a mechanic whose boss is an asshole who pays him $23 less. But then he's like, "Oh, that was a nice mistake, man. This is the money." He pretty sure he's a family member, but I'm gonna say little brother. They didn't specifically clarify, but his little brother is the mentally disabled one.
Right.
And they live in a shitty neighborhood in LA, and they're eating their dinner, and they hear bangs from outside. And it's like, "Oh, firecrackers again!" And he's like, "Yeah, you remember what we said? We don't go outside when there's firecrackers." And he cuts to outside, and 2 people are dead. It's like, they live in a really shitty area. So he sneaks out of his house at night to go participate in this illegal race. Where the prize is 50 grand, then gets cornered by the police. They open his trunk, and there's some kind of pills inside.
Oh,
and
that's crappy.
But before that, they just gun him down straight away.
Jeez.
Yeah, and then they
Uncalled for.
and then they douse his car in gasoline and set it on fire, and you see his face slowly burn off, and then he just stands up and with the black speech bubble, as is customary for Ghost Rider, he just goes, "Arrgh!" And he's all in his leather driver suit, and his car's all got the flame wheels and stuff. And that's
So did Mephisto come into contact with him at all during that issue?
Nope. They'll probably explain more in issue 2.
He is a marked one!
Yeah. It's okay.
Yeah.
It makes me want to read issue 2.
mean,
what else did I read?
I know that would make me read issue 2.
Earth 2.
I haven't read that yet.
Yeah.
I read Moon Knight number 2,
How was that?
which is really cool actually.
You said they showed his costume.
Actual costume this time around.
Have you got it there?
Let me pull it up real quick. Yeah, the way they did the beginning of this issue was different. Let me show you the costume first. Then scroll to the next page.
Ooh, I like that.
Then scroll to the next page.
Oh, nice.
It's really cool because
I
like,
that
he has this like glider
Yeah.
kind of thing, like glider ship thing. So he's like attached to it, and he gives it commands like stay within a certain distance and whatever. And then he drops. They give you a shot of his costume, and then after a certain amount of feet, his cape just opens. Like it's a crescent moon, but like takes up half the page.
Yeah.
And the way they've done his art style, everything that is white on him is just like plain. And if it touches the edge of the borders for the comic, it just like is one with the border. It's really cool.
I like that.
But like the beginning of the comic, if you just music, is really interesting. So rather than him, it'd be interesting, introducing him right away and like, oh, here's Ghost Rider doing his thing, bruh.
Except instead of Ghost Rider, it's Moon Knight because it's Moon Knight number 2.
That thing, yeah. So they do this whole the way the panels are structured. They have 8 panels. That's you don't really need. And they have 8 panels with 8 different people on them. And then you scroll along, a panel disappears because one person's dead. You scroll along again, another person's dead. So that the person who's dead in the last page, that panel is gone, replaced by some text or a white area. Next person's dead. Then this repeats, and repeats, 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 repeats.
Nice.
It's really cool.
It seems like a lot of pages though for an intro.
It is a lot of pages, but I just thought the way they handled the paneling was really interesting.
Yeah,
like
it's an interesting concept though.
Yeah, like they
Cool
had
idea.
information on like the spaces that were missing. I'm sure. Like it's really interesting the way they did it, like showing like something's left that area. I don't know how to explain it, but it was like a really interesting way and different idea of doing panels rather than just having your standard 3x4. You know?
Yeah.
It's useful. How far have you caught up with Spider-Man?
I haven't time.
Fuel. So cool.
I'm gonna do it during Easter, I think.
Okay, good. Then we can just hopefully by then 31 will be out, and then we'll
that
gush.
would be good if you could finish by
Would say it won't come out?
Next month. Either next week.
Oh yeah, I
or next month.
I should be done before May.
Good.
I think.
Then we'll just gush.
Yeah.
Just gush everywhere. But yeah, it's really interesting because like.
Although you've read number 30, I assume.
Yes, but Moon Knight. I just draw Moon Knight real quickly. Like he gets to the end of where he's fighting this sniper, and he's like, "Why can't I hit you? Because I'm not real." And it was so cool because like this guy's like because like he's like a really good. This guy's a really good shot, but like he only hit the cape, and like Moon Knight's just dodging. He only hit him once in like the side, like skimmed him. It was like, yeah, Moon Knight. He didn't have much story, but it was just really cool to see him in action.
One of those kinds, like not really imperative, but it's really cool.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. But I'll just Superior Spider-Man 30.
Yes! Yes!
Yeah.
And that last panel.
My turn. Yes! So cool. So, like...
Although it does address that thing that I said a couple of weeks ago where I was like, if Otto already experienced all of Parker's memories when he first killed Peter in Otto's body,
Yeah.
then Peter should know all his memories anyway.
Yeah. So
So yeah, that's exactly what I
let's
was
back
saying.
up for a sec and give people a preface of what happened in issue 30 before we start going. Brrr! I look to you.
Okay, so when we left our heroes, they were in the clutches of Osborn-controlled, Goblin-controlled Spider Slayers with Osborn's face
Yeah.
on them.
Yeah, I know where you're going with this. Yeah.
And basically, they managed to get out of it. Otto, obviously, being the douche he is, leaves Miguel to die.
Pretty much.
Yeah, and then it cuts to Jameson at a press conference saying, "Oh, the Spider Slayer, it's not my fault, it's Amcomex's fault." And Liz Allen's like, "Oh, you'll see in these documents that it's all the mayor's fault." And he's like,
Waivers and stuff, yeah.
"Now, Normie, I need you to leave. I'm doing this all for you," with a goblin mask behind her back.
I know.
It was Liz Allen. Well, we don't know yet.
It
but
was Liz Allen
was
the
Liz Allen
entire
the entire
time! Which is a really cool reveal. I thought that was actually
Yeah,
pretty
no.
genius.
Although we don't know that she's the goblin yet.
She is a goblin.
She's definitely a goblin. She's not. She's
Let's
probably
let-
not the goblin.
Okay, so let's infer this to mean that she is the Green
Because-
Goblin.
Or maybe the goblin. Maybe it's like a what do you call it? Maybe it's a Mystery on the Orient Express kind of dealie. Lots of people. You know? Okay.
Oh,
so
I think I know we go with, like, when you said lots of people are the Goblin.
because
like-
basically in
Kind of like Banksy. People don't know who Banksy is. It could be.
kind of
Could be like
with
a group
Mystery of the
people.
Orient Express, they think that it's one person killing all these people, when in actuality, it's different people killing all these other
Sorry,
people.
bless you. Yeah.
So I reckon it's going to turn out that the Goblin is a group of people. Osborn may be one of them, but it's not just Osborn, I don't think.
That would be a really cool idea.
Hopefully it'll all get revealed in 31 and it won't drag on into Amazing #1.
Which would be great.
Yes.
I mean, maybe the reason that the Goblin got into everywhere is because he has someone within Parker Industries.
Maybe it's Sijani.
That's exactly what I was thinking, actually. Maybe it was actually Sijani who was like, she was placed in, what was Max's company before it was Alchemex?
Horizon.
Horizon Labs. It was Horizon Lab. She was with Horizon Labs, and then Peter took her on board. Well, Otto took her on board, and she's like, "Oh, really?" And like started to get into his tech that way.
I don't know. Do we know who helped him make the? No, because they showed how they got the Goblin protocol and the spider. They pretty much just picked him up. And
Yeah, put it in.
I wouldn't think Sijani because she helped save Carly, didn't she?
I suppose, but you know that could be like, oh, you don't expect this person because she did all these things.
Maybe.
But like,
Remains to be seen. Liz Allen, though, that was a good reveal.
that's a pretty good reveal.
So after that,
Is when Peter
Oh, yeah,
is
he-
like, I can't see anything. What do I do?
he's really worried, and then
Because
he's like, "Oh,
the
you're
Goblin has.
making a bunch of short jokes about, well, you think it's Anna Maria." And then he gets there, and it's that little girl he helped save.
From issue 8, like the girl
Yeah.
that couldn't move her
And you're
body.
like, oh, that girl. Yeah.
I was kind of like, oh, it was like, when he said that was like from issue 8, that girl who was like
Yeah.
paralyzed?
And
When
then
Otto had a heart?
I like these constant fake outs that Otto keeps doing. That he keeps thinking, oh, it's going to be Anna Maria. Oh, it's going to be Anna Maria. Except it's not.
It's Donald Mays. It's this girl.
Yeah. But, yeah. So, and then it goes back into the mindscape, and he's like, oh, this is it, when I was absorbing all of his memories. No, not his memories. My memories!
And then they pose him, like, in a double page spread, they have him set out to be like some kind of Jesus figure.
Yeah.
I was just like, I am God.
I have returned.
Yes.
My children.
Yeah, saves the like. There was a point when Otto was hesitating, like, what do I do with this? If I do this, I won't be able to save Anna Maria. And Peter's like, do it!
Yeah.
He calls
He's
him to
like,
do
you
it.
jump, douche!
Yeah, and like, since he knows, like, so they pretty much have a conversation. Because they know he's,
Yeah, like,
he's like, look.
Yeah, let's be honest. She's not going to survive if I'm Spider-Man right now.
Oh, that was kind of good. I like that. Like, he finally
I knew that
realised-
they were going to do it. And I thought it wouldn't matter. I thought I was still going to think Otto was a douche.
And now you're like, yes! Damn
Oh,
it!
God damn it, dude. You have one redeeming moment, and it's when you're like, Yeah, you're the superior one. Just
Yeah.
just save her life, okay? It's like,
And like he wipes all his memories. I was like, that scene was genuinely saddening when he was just like wiping all his memories and like, I must let go of everything, even all my heroic efforts and the one I love.
it doesn't forgive anything.
No,
what
it
he
doesn't.
did.
I'm not saying it does. But it's just
But
like,
it was a good thing you did. What a good job.
Good.
Pat on the back.
now get out of here. And then,
Although, to be fair, if I might just read that a moment, he just randomly has the old. He knows where the old spider costume is in that cloak, but whatever. Made for a cool reveal. He gets the old spider costume on. And he's like, my turn.
yeah. Yeah. It's like, alright, my turn. So, Superior Spider-Man
Ends next issue.
next issue as Peter Parker returns to take out the Goblin
Yes.
and all his forces. Speaking of Goblin, you know how in this issue you see Wolverine in his new suit now? We now know. Go on.
I can find it.
Give it. We now know, thanks to Wolverine issue 3. Yes, issue 3. Who gave him the suit?
Who?
Otto.
Really?
Yeah, there were in issue 2. He was having a talk because Wolverine still thinks he's Peter. Like having a talk like, how do you stay so cheery and like, how do you do what you do basically? And he says, look, Otto basically goes, look, sometimes you just gotta do what you need to do to be the best you can be, and blah 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 blah. And they have this really actually decent talk. And then at the end of issue 3, during that issue 3, Wolverine's like, I need to leave. I need to go ahead and do my own thing. I can't be held by the school. And Aurora was just mad, like, you can't just walk out. Everyone's like, you can't just leave.
He's like, yeah, fuck it.
And he's like, really, there's a lot of disagreeing thing. No, this is what it was. Jubilee came and found him because the X-Men, as in the female team, were fighting a Sentinel. And he went to try and attack it, like he usually does. He pops his claws, which hurt, obviously. And he just gets knocked back, and he runs away. And he was like, I can't do this anymore. And he just runs back to school.
Wow.
I was like, what? Wolverine running?
The wolf has become a scaredy cat.
Yeah. And then he goes into his room and like this suit is just there with webbing attached to it with a note. It's like, in relation to our talk, here you go. And it's the new suit. Which I'm like, okay, sure.
No, I don't like Otto. He's an ass. He's still an ass.
Damn it, I don't like him. Don't make
Don't
me
like him. Baka.
Baka. Baka. Oh, let's please talk about Gokaiger before we finish.
Yeah.
So, me and Matt went on an amazing adventure 2 nights ago.
So we just finished playing Minecraft. Everyone else had gone. So, we started talking about Power Rangers.
Yeah, we went on to the morphing history of Power Rangers. There's a video on that. It stopped at, I want to say, Mystic Force.
Yes.
So I was like, oh, we missed a couple.
Oh, damn, I'll have to look up a couple.
And we started talking, going to the wiki, Sentai wiki, looking at all the Sentai. And there's a new one. Oh my god, dude, they're pirates. They have an airship.
Not just pirates.
Space pirates. And they
And their
have...
costumes are by far my favourite Sentai
And the
costumes ever.
And what they're doing this in they're making the pirates part of the Megaforce stuff. Which
Yeah,
I'm
the
like,
second
all right,
season of
whatever, because it's part of the 25th anniversary. But it's the 35th anniversary for Sentai, and
But it works out either way because they're still going back to old costumes. Basically, they use action figures, which they keep in a magical treasure chest. Well, I don't know if the treasure chest is magical, but it's probably magical, let's be
face
honest.
it.
And then they put the action figures in their morphers, and then they turn into the old Power Rangers.
It's so cool. And like,
And
the
then
characters are amazing as well.
Yeah.
Like,
And their leader is called
Captain Marvelous.
So cool. So cool.
And like, it's just like everything they do is just so nonchalant.
The way they fight is possibly my favourite thing.
Oh
And
yeah.
they're kicking swords around to each other and their guns and
Like smooth, they just pull off. Is like, yeah. And I like that they're not acting like 1 heroes or 2 actual rangers. So like for example, when they first come to Earth looking for the greatest treasure in the galaxy, they
The
start
One Piece. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
it's One Piece.
like they just start they're shouting like the pink girl, the pink ranger's like really cutesy, really pleasant, and he's like, "Hey, you down there, commoner."
You there, commoners? Me?
Yeah.
Yes. Where might I find this greatest treasure?
And they're not really fighting.
No, they're
to
fucking
help.
asshole.
They're not fighting to help the people. They're fighting to help themselves,
Yeah.
which I like. And then when it comes to being rangers, the second episode, the beginning of the second episode, the Red Ranger is just chilling in his uniform, just cause.
Yeah.
And I like that.
Yeah.
It's just, but like you do get like loads of callbacks to old rangers or whatever. But I'm like,
Like really old ones as well. Was it in the third?
Jack.
The fourth episode, rather. When what's his name? Marvelous and
Kruger.
Doc get Marvelous and Doc get separated from the group.
I thought it was actually that's number 3. Are you talking about when they get the Magi Ranger?
Yeah. When he gets the Magic Ranger and
Mystic Force.
when Gokaiger Blue, Pink, and
I know their names now. I actually know. I can't just call him Koji now. I know his actual name.
he does look a lot like Koji.
Mm,
Even
but-
where's the blue?
Basically, I call him he from Digimon Frontier. He is the Blue Ranger is Koji to
got
the
this-
Red Ranger's to Kuya.
Yeah.
It's exactly that whole trope. But it's
Of
Marvelous.
The cold rival.
Yeah, it's Marvelous is red, Joe is blue, Ada is pink, Luca is yellow, and Doc is green. So I actually know their names now, but Karen, what are you going to say?
But yeah, and those three get separated, and I say, may as well morph into the white ones. And it's like, yeah! Who do they morph into? It's
Jack!
like Gal Ranger White.
Rhino. I forgot what they call the...
But yeah, they morph into a bunch of white runners, and may as well try black now. Yeah, may as well. Morph into Zeo Gold, Dino Thunder Black.
Dino Ranger!
Yeah, the magic.
Shin Ranger! Magic Ranger!
The magic voice that calls out the names as well.
Jack!
Yeah, so cool.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think my favourite part, we watched it on YouTube. There's a video on YouTube where, like his little intro, where since it's Saban property and Kamen Rider's Saban property, there's Kamen
Yeah.
Rider O in there.
Yeah.
It's
It was
Kamen Rider O. All those call-outs are the best.
Kamen Rider.
Oh! And then you have the final smash. Final wave! It's the best thing.
So ridiculous. And yet I love it.
It's not strictly comics, but it's Japanese, and it's great.
And just the whole thing of their Zord doing like a backflip in space. No, it was just a backflip in jet. It was a backflip in space.
No,
yeah.
they front flipped and yeah, it was deliberate. But we were jumping. They were jumping from ship to ship. Everything they did in that first episode, it was not like a standard Power Rangers episode. In the first standard Power Rangers, there was always this long transformation sequence. They were just like fighting, and then they just transformed into the Megazord
like they do
straight
it,
out.
Like they do it all the time.
It's like whatever.
Got bored of comics.
No, we planned this.
Yeah.
It was just so cool.
It's very.
I recommend anybody watching it if you have any affiliation to the Power Rangers series at all. It's great.
Yeah.
It's the right amount of Power Rangers and the right amount of Japan, and they just mesh.
Yeah.
So
Pirates.
it really makes me want to go back and watch like all the Sentai series.
Yeah.
'Cause,
Yeah,
like,
I'm intrigued to see what exactly the series in the 70s were like.
yeah, and if the Sixth Ranger is anything like the concept art you showed me.
Oh no, the Sixth Ranger is silver.
Okay,
Yeah.
but what was with that Captain guy?
I think that was just like fan art.
Oh, well, that would be really cool.
But in his helmet's got a beard.
Yes! But yeah, we just nerded out for quite a while, I'm not gonna lie. It was a fun nerd out. Because we talked about comics, then we talked about Magi Ranger!
Kaija!
Shinkenja! Kaija! Gaur!
You get the idea.
I could go on forever and ever, but I thank you guys for listening. It has been fun, and we will see you next time on the Yellowface Reader's Realm.